G'day Spartan Willie here and welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting a brand new Motorsport Manager series with Red Bull Racing. So I hope each and every one of you are having a fantastic day / night wherever you're watching this from. But today we've got a brand new series on Motorsport Manager with Red Bull Racing. We're going to try and get Max to go back-to-back world champion and try and break Mercedes dominance in the constructors. This is going to be a one season save, but there is 23 hours and 19 minutes at the time of me recording this until the first practice session at Bahrain. I cannot wait for the season to get started. I'm sure you can't either. So for the series we will be using the F1 2022 Manager mod by Eddie Mark Wick. He makes the mods year after year, absolute champion. So I'll put that mod in the description below, and I also have made tutorials on 2020, 2021 and 2022 now, released a couple weeks ago. So if you want to install it and need a helping hand, that tutorial will be in the top right now and also be in the description below alongside the mod. Now one more thing before we get started, the return viewers might notice I sound a little bit different. That's because I actually got a new mic, a Blue Yeti. That's kind of the reason why the series is so late. Also I was waiting for the update. This took a little bit of a while to come, but it's here now and it is awesome. I'm still playing with the audio and the settings, so if it sounds a bit off, I think it sounds pretty good, but I might tweak with it a bit more as well. But I just wanted to get this video out in line with the F1 season beginning. So yes, without further ado, make sure to leave a like if you're excited for the series and consider subscribing. Road to 2,000 subs. Thank you to everyone who subscribed in the last couple months. It's been awesome despite the lack of uploads. I apologize for that, but we're back now. Let's get this series underway. Okay, so for those who skipped the intro, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on what happened because there was gameplay playing in the background. We built a brake set because that is one of the two areas we're lacking behind Mercedes, and the other one being top speed, which isn't great. We know how good engines are in this mod, but we're the best car on grid. Hopefully the other parts on the car pick up the slack a little bit, but we're going to build another brake pad set after this because this isn't actually a performance upgrade, it's all about reliability. But the next stage has got a 30D acceleration bonus, so that'll be good. Brakes are nice anyway, they're nice and quick. We also signed a sponsorship with Martini. Now regarding the grid, I did try and replace Mazepin with Magnussen using the save game editor, but for some reason it broke my entire save, so I had to start again, re-record the gameplay for the start. But that's fine. We'll just keep Mazepin on the grid for this one, and then when the update comes out updating the mod, I'm sure Eddie Mark Wick will have made that switch and added all the new liveries, because of course Haas also have their Russian livery, which is controversial for obvious reasons. We won't get into that today, but yeah, let's move on. So for this series we're going to be playing it on realistic race strategy difficulty, which I recommend anyway, and then race difficulty at hard, because if you put the race strategy difficulty on normal, they're just complete brainlets when it comes to anything, especially rain. I mean, they're silly enough in the rain on realistic as it is, let alone turning that difficulty down. But 10, that basically makes every other car 1 second faster a lap, so it's going to be very interesting. Of course we have the fastest car on the grid, but Mercedes will develop their car. Hopefully they run out of fuel like in previous series we've done with them. Of course we saw it a lot on the McLaren save, but we'll see what happens that season. It's going to be very interesting. Make sure to stay tuned. So we're just going to speed through the prep here. We of course had our press conference that we have at the start of every series. I did say in the press conference that they will be equal drivers just for their morale, but really we will be favoring Max because we want him to go back-to-back world champion. We're going to need a stronger car because the AI always picks a stronger car. It will probably be Lulu, I think, Lewis Hamilton, but you never know, the game could mix it up and give the stronger parts to Russell, who I'm very much looking forward to see how he will go in Motorsport Manager. But we also build a second set of brakes, like I said we would, and that will actually get done before the race. So we go ahead and build a third set. The reliability on the brake sets are pretty good, so they're straight onto the car. They're now the best brake parts on grid, which is fantastic. And we built a third one to take us into the 1300s on performance, which is great. So this is it. The first Q3 is about to take place in F1 2022 in our Motorsport Manager universe anyway. But as you can see there, Daniel Ricciardo's got pace. He was the only one above us in practice. We were behind both Mercedes in Q1 and behind both Mercedes in Q2, but that's because we were using old tyres in Q1. And if you've seen any sort of series on this channel before, you know that I like to run the softs in Q2. So we're going for race strategy over Q2 pace, because I mean, if you make top 10, it's fine. But we're going to go ahead. I'm still playing around with the levels of the game audio. I like to have the game audio on for the race, so sorry if it's too loud or too quiet. I'll adjust it. I had a bit of a play around in qualifying, but I've settled on this one for now, so we'll see how we go. All these new things going on with the audio today, but yeah, just bear with me. So let's send them out on a super soft lap. Hopefully we can do 3 laps here. No, we're definitely not. I just saw the lap time, 1:54. That is quite a long lap. Now, of course, I do have a couple other mods on. Enhanced Graphics Mod. You can see there the wheels turn. The links for these mods will be in the description below, along with the tutorial how to install them. And we also have the Speed Manager mod, which is this beautiful mod that just makes things go literally 70 times quicker. That times 2. And we set the fastest lap. It's the only lap, mind you, but it's the fastest. Now, I also did notice when I was playing around with the intel from practice that Perez does have light-footed for the softs. Again, returning viewers know how much I love my light-footed. So we might need to get Verstappen a light-footed mechanic. I may even switch them because we want Verstappen to be fighting up with Hamilton. We need every little edge we've got because, yeah, I mean, look at him. He's literally going purple. He's a 3/10 quicker than us already. So we got to send out. We're going to wait for the track groups at the highest, not get any higher. Send them out on a clean set of super softs. Or should we try the softs? Sometimes they're quicker on the softs. It doesn't look like it. A tenth out, but they could have just done a corner wrong. I don't know. 3/10 is a lot to make up. We're going to send him out on softs and hope for a miracle. And Perez is going to go out on. How's he going? He's way quicker on the super softs. We'll send him out on supers. So good luck. Good luck. So yeah, it is still the old tie system. A mod can't change that, unfortunately. It's locked into the hard-coded into the game. But here we go. Verstappen in 4th. Russell in 3rd. Verstappen, oh, he's happy with that lap, is he? Okay. Well, Verstappen not off to the best start. Maybe it was a mistake putting him back onto the softs, but we had to try something. I'd rather start from 4th. Anything can happen in this game at the start of a race. So on to the race. Alright, so the first race day in Sakhir for the F1 2022 season. I'm very much looking forward to watching this on Sunday this weekend, that's for sure. But race trim, we got to do it in Motorsport Manager first. See, maybe I'll put a bet on, depending who wins this. What are we going to do here? Let's do soft tires, because I think, well, I know we're going to be running that. Race trim and light-footed, so could get a win here. I'm not going to lie to you. He could very much win this because light-footed is quite OP in this game if you didn't already know. But of course we're locked onto the tyre sets, so we're not going to mess around with the fuel. The setups are fine. Let's go overtake. Hopefully they can still recover ridiculous amounts of fuel. Actually, we don't have ERS yet. Of course that was in the McLaren, but that was because that was a couple seasons in and the votes went in. But hey, we're going to give it a go. We're going to go overtake and we'll turn it down quickly. But this is the race start. Come on, Verstappen. We need you a couple more places ahead. We've got the Mercedes splitting us, and Russell. What a start from Russell. He will get right up and close and personal with Perez. Around the outside. Oh, they almost collided there. Wowee. Russell is here to race. Respect to the young man. But now we're going to stay in overtake there. We're not looking too bad. A Ferrari sneaks past. Perez drops back. We're going to ride on board with Verstappen because he's the driver in front. Come on, Verstappen. Russell's under siege from Sainz. Leclerc dropped down to 12th. Speaking of the Ferraris, but still in 4th here. We're going to speed it up, chuck it in 12 times, see how we go on this first lap. Come on, Verstappen, make a move. We're using a bit of fuel here. The fuel doesn't seem to be too bad. We're at about a 0.13 loss running at this engine mode. A lap, and our boys are just battling. We're going to tell Perez just to cool it a little bit, just so we can not waste time squabbling, because the Mercedes are fast building a gap. And Verstappen is not very quick at the moment. We're going to chuck it back down to medium. He's losing a lot of fuel. We're in it for the long game now, I think. We're definitely in it for the long game because we are on a slower set. Maybe there's a bit more emphasis put on the mod by Eddie Markwick this year to make the super softs faster. But that being said, those super softs die very quickly, and they're dying quickly already. So we're going to be able to conserve, get into the swing of this race, and hope we can get him in the pits. Alright, so I think it's pit stop time for Verstappen. We did jump Russell in the pits, but we'll give that position back when we pit. They are on the mediums now, so here's hoping that we have some serious pace. If If the gap between super softs and softs has been expanded, then surely it goes the same way for softs and mediums, but we'll soon find out. We're exploring a new mod here. I don't know if there's actually any changes or the Mercedes is just quicker than us around here. This is, I think, an emphasis on engine, so there's every chance they're just quicker, but you can already see the difference in light footed there. 59% to 30%. Light footed is so good. We need that with both drivers and we'll be laughing. But anyway, we're going to see how the first pit stop of the year will go for us. I'm hoping it goes down without a hitch. We selected safe for a reason. 1.8 seconds. That is the Red Bull pit stop times I came here to see. We come out in 4th, 8 seconds behind Perez. Perez will come in a bit later, but not too much later. We don't want them dead tires for no reason if we can make it to the end. So we've bumped up the engine modes here. It's still a die with 4 laps to go in this Grand Prix. We're still, I mean, the gap's closed by about 5 seconds. Russell, I think, had about a 10-second lead on us at one point. Hamilton might have to pit as well. His tires aren't looking too flash, so we could have a bit of a grandstand finish here. I don't think Hamilton's really in the picture. I think it's more Russell. He might be too far ahead Hamilton, so he could take the first win of the season. But like we said earlier, it's an engine-focused track, I believe. So I think we won't take it too much to heart as long as we're in the same ballpark. If we can get Verstappen a light-footed mechanic, that would be amazing. Perez, who's still on 84% while Verstappen's on 50%. It's just clear as day, isn't it? But Russell's still not in the pits. We're watching on board with him. And he's on the final lap, so I don't know if he will pit. We're going to tell the boys just to go guns blazing here, because Mercedes have had a pattern of running out of fuel on the final laps on this channel. And, oh, I thought we got him. But no, 3rd and 4th. Okay, behind both Mercedes, less than ideal. Not a great way to start the season, but it could have been worse. We could have a DNF. At least we are somewhat clear of signs. I mean, it's not as big as gap as I was hoping, but we've got to remember the difficulty level. I'm a bit rusty. Engine track. It's not a bad way to start the season. Okay, so that is where we're going to leave it this episode. We did get the fastest lap, so that's why Verstappen has 16 points as opposed to 15. It's a little consolation despite not having the best of race, but we're 15 points behind Merc as it is. Hope we can get a win. We're going to keep trying to improve the car. Engine is definitely the next priority, but I know this episode's a bit longer than what I said I was targeting, but first episodes are always a little bit longer, so hopefully we can trim these videos down a bit. I know the short form episode content is a little bit more popular, so we'll see how we go. But let me know what you think of everything about the series, mic, audio levels, episode length, Red Bull in general, down in the comment section below. Also any thoughts about the new F1 season. I cannot wait. But yeah, that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.